Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today is March 26th, reading out of 365 Days to Embracing Forbidden Emotions, a daily guide to peace and fulfillment. And let's see what it has to say. Be a good person, but don't waste time to prove it. eBuddhism.com. Good people don't tell you how good they are. They just are. This is the humility that is so endearing. I want to do good for no other reason than it feels good. If I see I have an agenda behind doing good or expect getting something in return, then I'm not clean about it. Even if I'm trying to be a good person so I can reach salvation of some sort, that's an agenda. Yeah, think about it. It really is an agenda. I do this so I can get this in return. When my heart calls me forward to help someone, or to smile at a stranger, or to give words of encouragement, and I act, I'm coming from a place of inspiration. Forcing or pushing myself to do good things when I don't want to just makes me a bad person. Doesn't make me a bad person. I was like, whoa, Freudian. Let me start that over. Forcing or pushing myself to do good things when I don't want to doesn't make me a bad person. And it doesn't make me wrong. It just makes me human. As I learn to honor my humanity, sometimes saying yes to myself means saying no to others. And that is so true. And I find such a I was going to say a hard-fought lesson, but those are not the right words. It's a challenging thing to realize saying yes to me means sometimes I have to say no to somebody else, especially in our highly codependent, help everyone like at an expense to yourself culture. Okay. I lost my place. This is so important because I am far from able to give cleanly when I'm meeting my own needs. I'm really struggling reading this today. This is so important because I am far more able to give cleanly when I'm meeting my own needs. The world I live in often teaches the opposite. Bend over backwards for everyone else. Put yourself last. Even sayings like, I can sleep when I'm dead, right? Have you ever heard that one? I used to hear that and I was like, why does that give me the willies? And now I understand why. Is actually self-punishing because that's the bully talking in a way that's clever. It can sound like motivation, but it's not me being kind to myself, the most important person in my life. Thought for the day. I think I'm going to reread this. What if today I can find one simple way to be kind to myself? This is a great place to start. So we're rolling because now I have a dog. Go on, Em, that wants to go in, and she'll probably want to come back. So let's start over so I can read this. Again, I was really struggling with this early. Okay. Be a good person, but don't waste time to prove it. eBuddhism.com. Good people don't tell you how good they are. They just are. This is the humility that they have that is so endearing. I want to do good for no other reason than it feels good. If I see I have an agenda behind doing, it's not going to get better, guys. If I see I have an agenda behind doing good or I expect getting something in return, then I'm not clean about it. Even if I'm trying to be a good person so I can reach salvation of some sort, that's an agenda. I do this so I can get this in return. When my heart calls me forward to help someone or to smile at a stranger or to give words of encouragement, and I act, I'm coming from a place of inspiration. Forcing or pushing myself to do good things when I don't want to doesn't make me a bad person, and it doesn't make me wrong. It just makes me human. As I learn to honor my humanity, sometimes saying yes to myself means saying no to someone else. This is so important because I'm far more able to give cleanly when I'm meeting my own needs. The world I live in often teaches the opposite. Bend over backwards for everyone else. Put yourself last. Even sayings like, I can sleep when I'm dead, is actually self-punishing because that's the bully talking in a way that's clever. It can sound like motivation, but it's not. Me being kind to myself, the most important person in my life. Thought for the day. What if today I can find one simple way to be kind to myself? Myself. This is a great place to start. I highly recommend it. Just find a way to be kind to yourself today. It's like if it's sit and have a cup of tea, or you catch, I always find those midday breaks are the best because I can get like caught up in the, the engines are revving and then I'm like, whoa. And when I even just take like a 3-minute break and just sit and breathe or look out the window or go watch all the freaking goofy animals that I see around this house, like the quail and, that the one new silly horse, all that stuff. It's just like a power pause that is so important. It just sort of reminds us, God, I matter. I'm important. I don't have to keep like pushing myself into oblivion. And the other thing is, this is something I have learned over time. And I started learning it when I was in a 12-step group in my 20s when I was living in Chicago. I started to notice that when I was doing things because I felt obligated to, that sucks. It sucks. And that's a practice to start to unhook from that and not feel like I'm obligated to do this. And it doesn't mean, oh, don't do it. But the more you become aware of it, it's a free for all here today. The more you become aware of it, then you can start to see, oh, wow, there I am. I'm doing that thing. I feel resentful, or I just feel obligated. I really don't want to. And what I've noticed for myself as I've practiced this over the years, and it continues to be a practice because I can still get, hooked in, is as I find all of a sudden, like I might have something and I'm like, oh God, why did I say I was going to do that? And then all of a sudden something happens and I don't do that. But because I've practiced at times going, no, sorry, can't do that, not going to work for me, or whatever it is, honoring the self. And that's probably the person more than ever we need to be kind and loving to. So let's tap. Karate chop. Even though I do want to be kind, and I want to be kind to others, but what if it starts with me being kind to myself? I choose to acknowledge I feel this way now. Even though I want to be kind. But am I kind to myself? Do I say yes a lot when my heart says no? I choose to honor I do this. Even though I want to be a kind and loving person. But I don't think anybody ever really taught me to be kind and loving to myself. What if that's a great place to start? And go to the eyebrow. I want to be kind. And I really want to learn to be kinder to myself. I wasn't taught that. I was taught how to be unkind to myself. How to make myself wrong. How to terrorize and punish myself. Maybe I am really kind to others, but I'm last on my own list. And what if this is a new practice for me to endeavor on? I don't know if that's proper English. To start to be kind to myself. What if today I can do one loving and kind thing for myself? Even if I feel like I want to crawl out of my skin. That's probably the most important time to be intentional about it. And what if by being kinder to myself, that energy naturally spills out to those around me? And what if then I become a magnet for self-love, self-acceptance, self-compassion, self-kindness? And I do my part in that way to elevate those around me, to elevate the world. And I have no idea how the ripple effect of me being kind to me can change the world. So take a breath. Yeah, it's really true. I mean, when we start to practice kindness to ourselves, one, we're just, and self-compassion. I mean, you can be the type of person that's super kind to everybody else, but when it comes to yourself, it's like, oh my God. Or you can be someone like you're not kind to yourself, and then that your not kindness spills out into other people. But either way, when you start to practice being kind to myself, like, can I be kind? Can I be loving to myself? It just makes such a tremendous difference. I've certainly noticed that in my life at times where something's been going on for me, and I'm like, whoa. And I notice that energy can spill out into the world. Like it's funny, nothing will get me to go from 0 to 60 faster than electronic issues. I can turn into Godzilla like so quickly, and I really have to manage it. I've got to be like, oh my God, Godzilla is coming out, or turn into the Incredible Hulk, because it's just, I don't know, I tap and it's better, but I'm like, whoa, Marty, like stand down. I know I saw my father do that, so there's probably something there, but it's to even be loving and kind to the part of me that turns into Godzilla. And can I take ownership for that? And can I make apologies if necessary? And that's really what we can do. But what happens often, I think most of us are taught, like, it's just so awful if we behave that way. Well, we're human, so those things are going to happen. And so, like I said, I do this work for a living, but if you had a camera and were following me around sometimes, you'd be like, she chats with people for a living. It's just part of the humanity, and learning to embrace that about us is huge. To start to be like, I'm a person that matters regardless, and to love ourselves or practice self-acceptance in those worst moments is most important. It's most important. And I'll tell you one other story. I think one time, not all that long ago, I said something really snarky to my husband. And he asked me later, he's like, how'd you feel about saying that to me? And I go, actually, I didn't feel bad, which is kind of amazing. I mean, yeah, do I want to talk to you that way? No. But that was actually, do I want to be that way? But it was an improvement to not like, mea culpa, like hang myself on the cross for doing that. I was like, no, it's not the way I want to behave, but I realize I'm not beating the crap out of myself for that. That's huge. So I love that word, huge. So anyway, Barbara, Michelle, Kim, it looked like you were here too. Great to see you ladies. And gosh, we start Monday. Those of you that are in on the certification, and the first group call is Wednesday. I'm very excited. Very, very excited. I'm putting the finishing touches on the stuff today and tomorrow, and then we'll update. And Barbara, look out for typos, because I do remember there was one of the first couple things I did. I'm like, screw it, I'll change it later. I got to get the rest of it in. So looking forward to anyone who's joining me in the certification. I really think it's going to be a fun group, and really it's just like it'll turn into a dynamic community. That if you think about that, the ripple effect of the stuff that you'll learn for yourself and that you can help others with, and just think about the ripple effect that can have in the world if you're called forward. Oh, Cheryl, awesome. I'm so excited you're joining too. Yay, I'm so happy you'll be there. So happy to see you all starting. The first module goes out on Monday, and then the group call is on Wednesday. And just the calendar should be in there, but it's 10 a.m. Mountain Time. So anyway, so happy, Cheryl, you're joining us. Very exciting. And Barbara, Michelle, Kim, have a great rest of your day or evening. You thought Barbie will give me a list, so why bother? Barbara, you're hilarious. You're hilarious. Exactly. You're psychic. You're psychic. All right. Thanks. You guys have a great one. Bye. Oh yeah, me too, Cheryl. I'm excited. Very excited. See you guys soon.